And the first thing I'm going to do is do a dry tissue test on both of them. And you can see this does not cut clean dry tissue. Let's try this other pair. This one does not cut dry tissue either. So it's not going to cut wet. We are going to try some hair. So let's try the hair. I like to try it just a tiny bit of hair at the back. And you can see it's pushing. Yeah, I have to work. Yeah. Oh, I did not. Do me a favor and text me, and I'll text you. Stick with the name, and I'll text you my name. Okay, sound good? $20 a table. Make sure it's perfect for, yeah, okay. All right, I'll text you today. About an hour or so. Okay, all right, take care. Please text me out. I will. All right, sorry about that. Somebody just popped up for me to sharpen some scissors here. So anyway, let's do the hair test. You can see it's pushing. It's pushing at the tip on those. That's not bad. It's cutting pretty good back here, but it's not cutting at the tip. So just doing a little cursory look. So whoever sharpened these last, they put a beveled edge on it, and these are convex edge shears. He polished them, but he did not convex them. And looking at the inside ride line on both of these, it's hard for y'all to see, but the ride lines are very rough. Didn't finish it out at the tip right there. You can see in the light how bad that ride line is. See right there? And that's part of the problem why these are pushing hair. You can see it on both blades. See how rough that is? So where the inside edge meets the outside edge, it's not a clean. You can even see it. You can see that he didn't bring the convex over to the inside edge. See this shear here? You can see the same thing. If you catch it in the light, this one's not as bad. You can see it's kind of a washed out tip right there. Much bad washed out tip right there. And he also basically made these hypodermic needles. That's where he's going on that flat hone and going like that and not following the edge properly. So we're going to see if we can get them. Like I said, somebody just dropped off another pair. We'll look at those in a minute. But I'm going to start with this pair to sharpen. So here we go here. We're going to disassemble it first. Matthew, you're going to have to stay tuned and watch what I do. So these came in the mail from Lake Elsinore, California. Make sure all the parts are here, and they are. Everything looks pretty clean. All right, so we're going to work the ride lines first. And see how rough that is? See those ride lines, how rough they are? We're going to check the set. We got a nice arc on both of them. The sets look pretty good. Let me double check this. So that one looks like. I think we're okay on the set. All right. All of my equipment is from Wolf Industries. I'll find my towel. Also lost my chamois here. I don't know what happened to everything. I dropped my favorite chamois somewhere. All right, it's not going to take much to get these ride lines looking good. All right, we cleaned that ride line up good. And you can see a little rough here. See that rough grinding right in there? Little little thin ride line right through the tip. Reposition my fingers, get a little bit better on there. All right, like I said, it's not going to take much. All right, we're good. Well, I appreciate everybody watching out there. I hope you'll hit that thumbs up button. Hope you'll also subscribe to the channel. It does help our little business down here in Texas grow. I can feel the rough edge on this with the marker. The first stone was 1,000 grit Shapton. All right, so the last sharpener flat topped these. All right, I'm gonna have to get aggressive. No, I didn't do anything with the phone, so I don't know what was going on this morning. So it sounds different. You can hear the fans in the background now, Chris. I couldn't find any changes on the phone. There was a problem, so I don't know what was going on. Who knows with YouTube what the deal is? I had a bunch of knives to do in between. Huh, I don't know what's going on then. Who knows? These are all from 3M that I buy from Wolf Industries, and I don't believe they come. I don't know if you can get them in 8-inch or not. Need to go fill my water bottle up, I think. I usually get about 4 to 6 pairs of shears depending on how bad they are. You see, I use this the belt cleaners, abrasive cleaners work pretty good at keeping them clean. Hey Dale, no farmers market today? All right, we got the burr off. Let's do a little polish now. I'm gonna do two different polishing pads. Try to get some of these scratches off from the last sharpener left on them. That looks pretty good. Kayla, yes, I do. As a matter of fact, um, in just a minute, I'm gonna switch back, and you can see my website. Contact me through my website, and I'll send you some information. Send me an email from my website or through my website. Hang on a second, I'll show you my contact information. And yes, I do training. Let me finish these shears first. This blade's and that looks pretty good. All right, we got another blade to do. Y'all be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you're so inclined, please subscribe to the channel. It does help our little business grow down here in Texas. Kayla, where you at in West Texas? Midland, Odessa. Things are getting ready to start hopping out there. West Texas Intermediate is a hot commodity, isn't it? We all had a big boom for a long time out there. Yeah, I don't know anybody out in Midland, Odessa area. I know there's a lot of sharpeners up around Austin, of course, Dallas, Fort Worth. I don't think there's one in Amarillo either. So we're doing some serious cosmetic work on these to get the convex back on them. And I think I got a pretty good job right there. Trying to blend these in a little bit. I need to fill up my water bottle. Oh, we got some rain coming in here. It's drizzling here today. I think we're supposed to get some really heavy rain tonight. All right, that looks pretty good. So we're going to deburr here and see what we look like. So I like to start off with the microfiber towel, but the microfiber towel doesn't give me much feedback of how clean I have the edge. So I like to use a leather chamois, and it really does a good job of pulling the burr off. And it also, I can feel the edge, whether it's got any bad points on it. Looks pretty good. So we got 3 pairs to do. This was the first pair, so we got 2 more to do. Somebody just walked up and dropped a pair off, didn't contact me. That's 2 people today that just walked up. Some guy walked up with some knives, and I sharpened them for him. But I say on my website, I say on Facebook that I'm by appointment only to call or text me, and these people did not call or text me. But I have a sign on my front door that they need to set an appointment. So, but I did have the garage door open. So they came to the garage. Well, I got the fans running, Dale. They're blowing like crazy. I got the dust collector on too. So I'm not sure what has changed on the microphone. That's weird. All right, Kayla, I'm going to move the camera back. And if you can see my website there, sharpenright.com, go to the site, send me a message or send me an email, and I'll send you some information. Do a little extra polish. All right, we're going to go back to the ride lines. Our ride lines look pretty good. Nope, no earbuds on. This sound problem has just started. The other day we didn't have this problem. Y'all see the ride lines? I got a good ride line. Maybe a little thin towards the base. That looks good. I got a clean edge. Well, I think what they're talking about, Clint, is usually they can hear all my fans and hear my dust collector going in the background. And evidently no one's hearing that, which is good because it is loud. I still got a rough edge right there. Yeah, I think that front is pushing south, so everything south of the front is very warm. It was very warm here yesterday. It's very humid today. Hmm, I may have to sharpen these again. There seems to be a messed up angle on these. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I've got the mic in the same position I always do. All right, dry tissue test, just like butter, man. No resistance. Try some hair. Cut fantastic. Look at that. Tip, not pushing hair. There we go. There's one done. Let's do the other pair now. Do our final check. Make sure they're not slamming. There's one pair. All right, here's the other smaller pair. I remind you here on on the dry tissue test, will not cut tissue on the hair. Watch the hair. See how it just pushes the hair? It cuts, but it's pushing before it cuts. Watch that. Look at that. All right, we got to fix that. We're just going to do a look. You can see the tip is washed out there, so we don't have a lot to work with here. These shears are pretty damaged. They've been sharpened to death. But we want to see if we can get them to cut. cut better anyway. I think we're okay. See the washed out tip? There's nothing you can do. I can't put material back on it. I mean, I can shorten the tip, but I'm not going to. These look like they've already been shortened. You can see how small those are. Let's see what these probably were. These were 5-inch shears. So somebody's already shortened the tip on these once. So there's not much I can do about it. I'm not going to do any major repair on there and shorten them. It's I would tell them just go buy you a new pair. So at this point, we just want to get them to cut the best we can. Sometimes you just got to tell people, look, that's all I can do. It's the best I can make them, and buy a new pair. So these things are like hypodermic needles. Look at that. And what's happening here is the last sharpener has been picking this up and dragging it across. Nothing lasts forever. Tell you what I am going to do is I gotta fix that tip. They're like hypodermic needles at this point. So I've just kind of flattened the tips a little bit. That looks pretty good. Just trying to get the scratches off the back of it. That looks pretty good. This is more work than I wanted to do on one pair of shears, but it has to be done. Looks good. Yeah, don't you hate that? All right, I'm gonna do a little bit more on this on the 1800. I got a little spot there that I don't like. Yeah, that's true, Chris. People have sentimental values, and every once in a while I'll get something like that. Somebody will say, "Do what you can with it. I've had those for a long time," or "They belong to my grandmother." But sometimes you can only do so much. I think these are gonna cut good. I think they are. Yeah, I don't ever say that to them. I just tell them, "Hey, this is what I charge." Every once in a while, I'll get a pair of Walmart Walmart $2 scissors, and I'm like, "Hey, you sure you wanna do this? You know you can replace them. You can get 2 pairs for $10 or whatever at Walmart." And they just say, "Okay, no, I like them, so I wanna keep them." Exactly. You gotta be diplomatic. And that's what this last pair of shears that we're gonna do in a minute, I don't think they're worth $20, but the guy wants them sharpened. That's funny. That looks good. He actually told you he didn't want it too sharp? Oh my god. Sounds like he wasn't too sharp. I didn't take the washer out the first time. There's something missing off of this. So the click plate was missing off this one for sure. I don't think that one's going to work. Try that one. That one will work. Maybe. All right, I gotta modify this one. So this guy, so they came in, they're missing parts here. So I went and flattened this plate a little bit. My fingers aren't working. All right, that's gonna work right there. Sometimes you gotta improvise. Oh yeah, so now we got tension on it. So where it wouldn't cut before, now it's cutting clean. Will it cut hair? Oh yeah, nice. Look at that. All right, we got one more pair to do. Gotta do some final adjustment here. It's a little loose still. All right, we got those done. All right, here's a little pair that guy just brought in. These are barber shears here. There's no convex edge, but look at that. They're not cutting anything. And I bet they're just going to fold hair. And they do. Watch. So these don't cut at all. First thing we got a problem is we got no bumper in that, and they're closed. They're overlapping. Can y'all see that? How they're overlapping? So we got to fix that first before I sharpen. See if I can find a bumper. And it's just going to be a little tiny one. I think that's going to be about it right there. Let's see if I can get it in there and see how it fits. Yeah, so that's going to work. You see that? And it closes at the tip. So that's the right size bumper. So we got to glue that one in first and let it sit before we sharpen. Yeah, exactly. Why would you do that? Get my super glue out. All right, so we're going to wait a minute or two. Let that sit. So we got the bumper fixed before we sharpen. This is going to be a pretty simple sharpening. Dale, is it cocktail time in Florida? Is it beer 30 yet? It's getting close to beer 30. We're gonna go out to dinner tonight somewhere, I don't know where. It's Africa hot. All right, so I'm gonna leave that in there. And I think I can go ahead and sharpen while that's drying. And like I said, this is gonna be an easy sharpen. This is a beveled edge. Y'all saw how it did not cut anything. How dirty that is. All right, let's get some alcohol on this. All right, we're gonna get the Scotch Brite pad out and clean the inside of this up. So this Scotch Brite pad comes in real handy for that rust inside there. Even though these are stainless steel, they've let stuff get inside of there. And it's corroded. See that right there? I'm going to use the Dremel tool for that. He could have replaced these for $20. He could have bought a good pair. We won't have to do any ride line work for these because there's no ride line. These are old school German style barber shears. All right, so inside there, it's hard to get, so I'm going to use the Dremel tool. I'll be right back. So there you go. See that? All right, so we don't have to work on any inside. So we're just going to go ahead and use the flat hone and get the outside of it done. I will use the stone just to take the burr off. You'll see in a minute. There won't be much ride line work. And we're about done with these abrasives. I did 3 shears on these earlier today. It should be about a 45 degree. We'll see. Nope, 35, I think. No, it's gonna be 25, isn't it? Well, these are really old school barber shears. Perfect. Got a nice little burr on it. All right, that looks good. We don't need to polish it. Not yet. Looks good. Well, I appreciate the 40 people watching out there. I hope y'all have hit that thumbs up button, and I hope you're so inclined. Please subscribe to the channel. It does help our little business out. Kayla, are you still out there? Did you get a chance to look at my website? Kayla from Midland, Odessa. Um, the machine is 2,500 max, and I'm running it at about 60%. So you do the math on that. All right, I think we got a good edge. Looks good. All right. Like I said, we don't do ride lines on German barber shears, but this is what I do just to make sure there's no micro burr on there. That's all I do. That's all I do on a German style shear. Maybe a little more. I see a little bit of a burr on there. We're good. I'm going to hit the pad one more time. Just a quick touch to the pad. And I think we're good. We've got to remove that. I got to remove this little piece of plastic since we glued it in there, the bumper. So there we go. We replaced the bumper and we gave him a pinky rest. Oh, excuse me. Man, let's hope we got him cutting good. All right, I'm gonna turn my dust collector off, even though y'all can't hear it. I can hear it. It's very irritating. All right, let's don't make a liar out of me. Remember, it didn't cut tissue, and it's still not cutting real well. It's not cutting all the way through the tip. I can fix that. Still not cutting through the tip. Pushing hair. See, it's pushing hair at the tip. All right, I got to go back. No, I'm going to go back and just work it one more time and leave it a little rougher. I may have over polished. Now, no hammer. Sometime on these German shears, if you over polish them, they won't cut. So you treat them more like a sewing scissor or a dog grooming shear, and then they'll cut. Yep, exactly. The pink stone, run the pink stone across it. You're exactly right. Nope, still not at the tip. I think that's the best we're going to get them to cut. I'm not going to spend all day working with these. They're not worth it. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I'm doing. I'm leaving them like that. These are just cheapy shears, and I got other stuff to sharpen. So you guys have a great day. Y'all take care. It's almost cocktail time here in Texas on Saturday afternoon. Hope everybody has a great Easter weekend. Have a good one.